to the world of neuro-linguistic programming chatbots. Relevant to chess, they were used heavily in the promotion of Hans Niemann, thus the slander of Magnus Carlsen. And yes, Hans Niemann absolutely cheated. You see, when people like Magnus Carlsen achieve such a degree of success and then also buck the system, that's not always favorable. People don't always like that. People don't like when you refuse to play the world championship, or when you refuse, when you forge your own path, essentially. But then again, I really can't say anymore, because then I have to start saying things without saying things relative to legality, non-disclosure agreements, etc., etc. So, Hans Niemann also functioned as a mitigating tool relative to me. So you see how there's parallelism, and then there's associations created, etc., etc., etc. And really, it's very difficult to say how much actual support Hans Niemann got versus all of the orchestrated support, including the hired strippers. How did Hans Niemann cheat? An earpiece that is not detectable by metal detectors. This is very obvious deductive science here. The thing is, it's difficult to prove. In fact, it's impossible to prove, because that type of technology is protected by a wall of mandated confidentiality clauses, etc. So again, it's hearsay, especially when such things are protected in civilian courts of law. Anything relevant to national security, that type of technology, you cannot talk about it. You cannot point at it, and you can't fight it in civilian courts of law, because non-disclosure trumps any other legal argument or option. And cheers to Magnus Carlsen, man, you handled that like a champ. And I just, not to say that I didn't have an immense amount of respect for you before, but the way that you handled it, and endured all of that abuse and slander and pathologization, it was inspiring. So I believe that neuro-linguistic programming chatbots are debatably the most underrated threat. I know I've said this before. I don't know if it made it, to what y'all see. So I'm saying it again. I think the biggest threat to the health and well-being of our civilization is these chatbots. And that extends to sort of a deeper, more expansive, symbolic representation of that. And it's scary, because how can you prove? It's essentially, it functions with impunity. And that's the brilliance of it. Okay, bye.